intentional and pause. That's what Selah is all about. Being intentional and pause. It's a call to be attentive and hear. Be intentional. Pause. Pause with the intent to hear. It's Word on Wednesday. Always trying to give you a little something to cause you to want to seek the Lord even the more. Man, welcome to Word on Wednesday on behalf of Pastor LJay and Dr. Keshia. Man, I can't say how excited I am to always be able to share these moments with you, believing that God has something even greater because of the time that we spend right now. So come on, man, get your pad, get your pencil, get your note on your phone, whatever it is that you do to get ready for a little systematic teaching. And we're going to jump right into the word. We're going to pray. Father, thank you for this day, our daily bread. Father, thank you for giving us everything that we need in order to sustain ourselves until the next moment. Bless this word now. Lord, help me. Lord, help us. In Jesus Christ's name, we do pray. Thank God. Amen. Did you get it? Be intentional and pause. Be attentive and hear. Selah. That's right. We're in the middle of Selah. Man, our first Wednesday in Selah. We hope that you are enjoying the time off, but yet still a time on. Selah, it's a pause to recognize, reflect, recollect, and to regather. Did you get that? It's a time to recognize. So it is something that we are distinctively attempting to do. It's Selah, it's a pause, but it's an active pause. It's not a rolling stop. It is a stop, but it's a stop not to stay. It's a stop to look both ways and to proceed into the ongoing traffic. It's a pause to recognize. It's a pause to reflect. Can you just stop and think about what the Lord has done in you, to you, and for you over the last 7 months? It's a time to reflect. Whenever you see the word re, it means to ponder pensively over something that has already happened. It's a time to recognize. It's a time to reflect. But then thirdly, it's a time to recollect. It's a time to just go back and just put into places everything that the Lord has done. I know you're already ready to shout, but it's a time to go there and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or even if you really can't put them all synchronized into rhythmic order, at least you got them on the table. And now you can regather. You can bring all of them in. And now during this season of Selah, man, you can sit and allow the Lord to pull all the pieces together. Man, Pastor has been ushering us into this season by asking us to be honest, by asking us to take time to just talk to God. And then in this season of Selah, it's a time for us to really pump our brakes and to hear attentively what the Lord desires to say to the church, to the community, to your own individual culture, and to your convenient circle, the people in whom you have influence over. Selah, it's righteous reverence. Whenever you see the word righteous, it means in right standing. So Selah is something that is strategically placed in order to appreciate everything that has happened and in order to anticipate everything that's about to take place. It's a season of righteous reverence. It's a season of divine direction. We have gone 7 months. 7 is the number of completion. 7 is the number of perfection. or that which is matured, or that which is in the process of maturation. It's a season where we can sit back and we can garner from what we've learned or did not learn very well, and now take this time of Selah to allow the Lord to provide for us what we're calling today divine direction. But also, it's a season of meditative intermission. It's like chilling with the intent to not stay there. It's chilling with the intent to get better so that you can do better. It's Selah. It's Selah. Psalms 46 and 10. Psalm 46 and 10. It reads like this: Be still and know that I am God. That's it. Be still and know that I am God. You know, I love numerology. I love the studying of numbers. And Psalm 46 and 10 equals 56. But 4 plus 6 equals 10. And then you get the 10 from verse 10. Come on, talk back to me, class. 46 plus 10 is 56. We can literally call this season of Selah grace for man. 5 is the number of grace. 6 is the number of man. What if this Selah is an unmerited pause for man, grace for man? But also 4 plus 6 equals 10. And then verse 10, 10 is the number of testimony, law, and responsibility. And 10 plus 10 equals 20. 20 is the number of redemption. What if any and everything that has somehow been taken away from us, been misplaced, or perhaps maybe even lost over the past 7 months is now going to be redeemed to us in the 8th month? Because, you know, the altar is right around the corner. I'm telling you, you don't know when to shout. It's a season where, because of this Selah, because of this pause, man is being graced for redemption. Come on, shout at me, class. Selah. It's right there in the text. Be still and know that I am God. Come on, let's do a summary real quick. It's intentional. It's attentive. It's with the desire to hear. It's a season to recognize, reflect, recollect, and to regather. It's a season of righteous reverence. And I want to say righteous reverence because you can respect something to the point that it becomes idolistic. You can respect your car. You can respect your home. You can respect your time to the point where as you make it more preeminent than God, anything that becomes larger than God becomes an idol. So that's why it's so important for us to understand that Selah is a righteous reverence. It's not a time for us. Don't miss this, class, but it's a time for us. It's a time for you and I to stop, to pause, and to attentively listen to hear what the Spirit has to say to the church. Come on, shout at me, class. Selah. Selah. It's a season of divine direction, meditative intermission. Michaela and I talked about last week about playing women's basketball. She played women's basketball, and how versus men in the NBA is 4 quarters, but guys and girls collegiately is 2 halves, or the ladies have 4 quarters like the guys in the NBA. But yet both of them are connected by a strategically placed 20-minute intermission. It's called halftime. Remember, 20 is the number of redemption. 20 is a time where you can get back, get ahead, or sustain the momentum that you've already garnered. Perhaps maybe this has been the best 7 months of your life. You don't want to lose momentum. Perhaps maybe the 7 months have not warranted the best of times or things, but yet you've got an intermission. You got a Selah where you and the Lord can strategically sit down and you can allow God to deposit into you, come on, class, divine direction. Shout at me, Selah. It's a season. It's a season to be still and know that I am God. Few things, God, and we're going to be transitioning. First of all, it's a season to be independent, meaning that it's personal. It's something between you and God. It's a season of independency, but yet is interdependent, because not only are we in a personal Selah, but the Mount Global Fellowship of Churches is in a corporate Selah. So it is independent, yet it is interdependent. There are variables that make up the significance of this spiritual sustainability. And I believe that during this 8th month, 8 is the number of new beginnings, or to be made fat, or to be in abundance. What if God is saying, I have navigated you through 7 months now to create a testimony, Psalm 46 and 10, that's going to birth testimony, that's going to end up in you and I becoming a recipient of redemption. Can we call it righteous redemption? Come on, it's getting back what the devil has stole from you. Come on, shout at me, class. Selah. It's about being independent. It's about being interdependent. It's personally, but it's also corporately. But secondly, I see it's intellectual in its intent. So in other words, I'm not going into this thing ignorantly, but I am going in with a righteous abandonment. I've got this sense of saying, God, I'm going to empty myself of everything that I don't need in order to qualify capacity-wise with everything that you want me to have. Sometimes it's not that we don't have the desire. It's just that our cups are so full of what we don't need that the new feeling is being mingled into the old stuff. And sometimes God says you got to empty yourself of the old in order for me to refill, because I'm not disqualifying what you had. I'm simply saying what you had won't usher you to the next dimension. It won't navigate you towards your next season. So I'm giving you this Selah. Man, you don't want to miss altar, the 5th Sunday in this month. It's a time for you and I to sit prayerfully and trust and believe God that the end is going to be better than the beginning. I have not seen, an ear have not heard, and neither has it entered into the will and the mind of man the great things that God has in store for you. Lean not to your own understanding, but in all of your ways acknowledge him. He will direct your path. Come on, breathe and say Selah. It's a season where we are independent yet interdependent. It's personal, it's corporate, but it's also a season of intellectual intent. I'm going at this thing with an academic appreciation. I want to study to know the word of the Lord. I want to rightly divide the word of truth. I want to divide the word of truth dispensationally, meaning what time is the text and how does the time in the text reflect where I am? It's a time in the text and in the season where I am culturally being cultivated for the very moment and the aspect of this next dimension in the journey. I want to know if it's fulfilled or if it's unfulfilled prophecy. If it's something that I can search that God has already done, or is it something that I can anticipate God about to do in the remaining months of this, don't miss this class, the year of overflow, because there is more. It is a season where I am rightly dividing the word of truth. And what if doing Selah, I'm not so much trying to ascertain in order to reduplicate, but what if I am trying to deposit in order to create a greater capacity? Come on, shout at me, class. Selah. It's independent, it's personal, yet it's interdependent, it's corporately. It's intellectual in intent. Don't miss this, class. It's assertively aggressive. I know that's an oxymoron because either you're going to be assertive or either you're going to be aggressive. But what if it's a season where we are taming our aggressions so that we don't do this thing on our own strength? Remember, it's not by power nor by might, but by my spirit, saith the Lord of hosts. Paul says, it is in my weakness then that I am made strong. So what if God has placed us in a state of vulnerability in order to come out not a victim, but victorious? But y'all really don't know what to shout. What if it's a season where you and I are assertive at being aggressive in hearing what the Spirit has to say to the church? But finally, y'all, it's a call for biblical clarity. Biblical clarity, meaning I want to know without a shadow of a doubt what the Lord is decreeing and declaring. Listen to what he says. Be still, pause, Selah, and know. That's to have a clear appreciation, to know without reservation, to know without doubt that this is what the Lord is saying. Don't miss this, class, that I am God. In other words, I don't want you doubting. I don't want you thinking or having to think if this is the Lord speaking. What if the Lord is generally speaking to you through your dreams? What if the Lord is genuinely speaking to you, through your moments of meditation? What if the Lord is really all up in your daydreams? What if the Lord is really all up in your moments of just stopped at a red light, stopped at a train track, stopped while the drawbridge is going up, caught in traffic? What if the Lord is saying, I created a still moment so that you would Selah, so that you will know, don't miss this, class, that I am God. It's independent, it's personal, it's interdependent, it's corporately. Where two or three have gathered together in my name, he's promised to be in the midst. What if God has strategically placed you and your partner in a Selah together so both of you can hear from him on the same subject matter at the same time, coming out with independent yet interdependent appreciations for what your next is all about? And there is clarity. There is no reservation. There are no doubts. You know this has been the Lord speaking to you. It's biblical clarity. If it's a season, how can I say this? That you're not studying the word of the Lord to do something later on, but you're studying the word of the Lord to hear from him. You're studying the word of the Lord for him to make a deposit into your life. I mean, what is it that God really has for you? And are you in a purpose-driven, passionate season? Are you doing something because you have to? Or are you doing something because you like it? And do you like what you're doing as a direct result of God giving it to you? Or is it something that you stumble into by default? Man, I speak to you prophetically today, and I decree and declare, if you, like myself, would be still and know that it is God, then your best days are about to introduce you to a new season and a new dimension in your life. It's independent, personal, yet interdependent, corporate. It's intellectual in intent. It is an assertive, aggressive. Excuse me. It's a call for biblical clarity. And can I end with this? Anointed awareness. It's a season where you're going to literally become more in tune with what the Spirit is saying to the church. I'm not talking about the physical being, but I'm talking about the ecclesia, the called out setting. I'm talking about God speaking to your inner person and saying, let's take a time out and let's hear what the Spirit has to say to the church. My God, I'm telling you, my time is come and gone, but on behalf of Pastor LJay and Dr. Keshia, man, we would love for you to make a spiritual decision, a decision so significant that you can testify, I've accepted Jesus Christ as my personal Savior. I've repented and asked him to rededicate my old into a posture of new. I've become a candidate for baptism. I've even now become a volunteer. And I've yet decided to become a part of this amazing fellowship. Man, I don't know where you are and who I'm speaking to today, but this word on Wednesday is to help cultivate your witness. Man, until next time, I want you to know that your greater is around the corner. Man, before I go, man, what do you call an old snowman? What do you call an old snowman? That's right, a glass of water. I am so good. I'll see you next time. Peace and power is our prayer.